Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome to Let's Play 999. Now by the time you guys are seeing this episode, I will probably have already started school. So just to let you know that. Which means I will be uploading videos probably less frequently and they might be shorter videos and I might be really tired like right now. um, Well, I'll probably be more tired than I am right now. But yeah, just giving you a warning. Of course, my dog is barking. Okay, so in the last episode, I believe we were with, Junpei went with, what's her name? Clover and Lotus. And they went into the laboratory, which I think was door 8. Yeah, door 8. So then Clover threw a hissy fit and she ran away and then she got separated from us. So let's see what's going to happen now. My voice is not going to do so well today, is it? Hold on a second. Just going to edit this out. Please stop. Okay. And without warning, an iron gate fell from the ceiling like a portcullis, sealing Clover in.
What the heck? What's going on here?
Clover grabbed hold of the iron bars and shook them as hard as she could. Hang on! I'll get it open. Junpei grabbed the bars and pulled. In a moment, Lotus joined him. The three of them pulled as hard as they could, but...
Ah!
Ugh! Okay, yeah, my voice acting is gonna suck today. Sorry. Damn, it's not moving.
Wait! Are you just gonna give up? Just like that?
No, I'm not giving up. This has gotta be another one of Zero's puzzles. If it is, then there's got to be a way to open it. Junpei nodded. Just what I was thinking. Now all we gotta do is find it. Lotus and I can look around out here. Clover, you're gonna have to see if you can find anything in there.
Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Okay. This room is big. Okay, interesting. So, a window made of really thick glass. I don't even think a bullet could break it. Clover's on the other side of that. This is probably the way we escape. Control for an electronic... Yeah, Binks should not be recording when she's this tired. For an electronic door lock. There's a red light on the display, that means it's locked. If we can get that light to turn green, then maybe we can get Clover back. Okie dokie. What is over here? There's a lot of stuff here. I don't know how we could use any of these. Well, I can say for sure that I do know how to use at least one of these things. Which one? Why is the music glitching? I'm so sorry, I sound really weird, unless that is the music, I don't know. The one on top, I think it's a power cable. The power cable, huh? I'll take that. Oh, he said take that, except he said I'll take that. Phoenix, right moment. Okay, three-pronged power cable. Okay, cool. What is this? This is a keyhole. This looks like a keyhole for the activation key. I think this thing's supposed to power that machine in the other room. Well, it doesn't appear to be doing that. I wonder how we're supposed to turn it on. We have nothing up here. I wonder what this cable's connected to. Okay, one side of this thing is in the room with us. The other side extends into the laboratory where Clover is. In other words, the console in front of us is connected to the device in the laboratory. Alright. There are two levers here. Do you think they activate something? Well, why don't you move one? Alright, I'll give it a try. No, it's not powered on, so... Nope. Doesn't look like anything's happened. Alright. Well, this one. The keyboard. This monitor doesn't have a power cable, so one end of this cable needs to be connected to a monitor, and the other end needs to plug in under the desk. Alright, let's just slip you in. Huh? Well, shoot, I can't use this. What's wrong? This cable has 3 prongs. I knew there was a reason they mentioned 3 prongs, just like in Zero Time Dilemma. This cable has 3 prongs, but the socket only has 2 holes. It's not gonna fit, is what I'm saying. In other words, we're going to need a plug to change the power cable to one with 2 prongs. That's right. Alright, we'll be back. Ugh, I see this and I remember the Monty Hall and Zero Time Dilemma, the lockers. Ugh, bad memories. A whole bunch of steel lockers. The 9 on the right all have little red lights on them. Red lights, huh? Well, it can't hurt to give these babies a try. No, they're locked. Yep, just as I thought. Locked tight, all 9 of them. I wonder if there's anything important in there. These lockers are a little larger than the ones on top. Let's see if there's anything useful in here. And no, nothing. Oh, one of them opened. Ethanol, huh? Sounds familiar. Ethanol. I wonder if this is for antisepsis. Oh, it says anhydrous ethanol. Anhydrous? Is that different from the regular ethanol? Come on, that's common knowledge. Anhydrous ethanol is a powerful cleaner. It can even erase marks left by a permanent marker. Oh, okay, excuse him for not knowing. I guess that's it. Well, I guess that's all there is. Okay. Alright, so now let's switch over to Clover. I think we have to talk to her through here.
Junpei, do something, please. Quick, figure out how I'm gonna get out of here.
Okay. Window. I guess I can't switch to her. Might as well be made of steel. Oh, maybe I can just hand her the cable through here? No, guess not. I did not mean to click that again. So there must be something else I can do in here that I haven't figured out what yet. Oh, I can look in now. Okay.
I wonder what they washed here. There are these weird colored stains all over the sink. I wonder what this is. This thing here looks like a voltmeter. And this, is this the control for that? Gosh, there's so many dials.
Why don't you try turning one of them?
Nope, nothing. There's no power here, guys. I turned the dial a whole bunch, but even if I turn all the switches on, nothing happens.
Okay. Hey, Clover, how are the power cables over there? Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Huh? What do you mean?
Does the plug have 3 prongs or 2?
I don't know what you're talking about. Let me go look.
Guess she does have to kind of crouch down to get a good look under there.
The cable on the monitor has, It's got two of those little metal things. What does that mean?
That's it. Okay, can you unplug that cable and bring it over here?
Okay, but...
But,
Well, I can unplug it, but it's connected to the main computer. I can't take it over to you.
damn it, that's no good then.
Well, how about just the plug?
What?
The plug? Well, maybe more like a, connector? It's a sort of thing that makes the plug with the three metal thingies into a plug with two metal thingies. Still useless?
No, not useless. Not useless at all. That's just what we were looking for.
Okay. Can you hold on for a little bit?
She's cute sometimes. And back down she goes.
Alright. Unplugged. I'll hand it to you over at the bars, okay?
Alright, that's what we needed.
Here. The two-pronged plug.
Thanks. Okay, combine that with this. Okay, put the two-pronged plug onto the head with this power cable. There we go. Now, let us go back over to here. Alright, I've got the two-pronged power cable in my hand. I'm pretty sure this will work. Under the desk I go. And let's just plug this thing into the monitor. Alright, that ought to do it. Alright, let's turn the power on. I don't think anything's going to happen. Why not? Well, it's not connected to the main computer. You never know until you try. Pretty optimistic. Oh, it worked. There we go. Junpei pushed the button on the front of the monitor. With a soft hum, it turned on. Yay! Streams of letters that made no sense to Junpei began to scroll across the screen. He had hoped it would turn on, but he hadn't expected this. Huh? It's actually working? Yeah, I'm not that good with computers either. I know enough to get by, and everything else I just look it up on the internet whenever I have to. So it would seem. Isn't that kind of weird? What? Well, it's not connected to the main computer, right? There's just this keyboard and monitor. The only cable connected to this thing is the power cable we just plugged in. He has a point. That is kind of weird. So, why is it working? Maybe it's a wireless display. I was just thinking that. Clearly, this was a reasonable explanation to Lotus. A wireless display? Yes, it connects to your computer wirelessly. Hence the name. Have you been living in a cave, Junpei? He must have been. He most certainly had not, but is that normal nowadays? Yes. Yes, at least where I worked. Hmm? As they spoke, the lines of letters suddenly stopped and disappeared. The only thing left on the screen was the word pass followed by a colon. It looks like we need to enter a password. Again. There must be a hint around here somewhere. Could you go take a look? Yeah, I'm on it. What are you going to do? I'll see if I can do something about this on my own. On your own? Yep, on my own. This is when Lotus proves she's a badass. Lotus pulled over the nearest chair and dropped herself down onto it in front of the keyboard. Looks can be deceiving. Oh god, this picture. No. Why? Such a smart woman. Why? No. Damn it, game. Okay, whatever. For a second, she stared at the screen. She kneaded her hands, knuckles popping, and twisted her back left, then right. Alright, let's kick some ass. There we go. This is why I don't hate her. Lotus smiled to herself and rubbed her hands together in anticipation. It looks like, oh, what are you looking at, Junpei? Really? We know he's probably not looking at that area, but still. Then, before Junpei had time to blink, she was typing at an incredible speed, the click-clack of the keys running together like machine gun fire. Uh, what? Junpei was, for once, at a loss for words. Didn't expect that, did you? Of course I didn't. What kind of job do you have? What are you? I'm unemployed at the moment. I used to work for a cybersecurity firm, but I quit. And why are you dressed like that if you're unemployed? I thought you were an actual belly dancer or something. Why? Lotus blinked. Huh? Oh, it was just something. She stopped typing for a moment and her face fell. This was not an avenue of questioning to be pursued, Junpei realized. I quickly shut his mouth. Oh, he's learning. Good for you, Junpei. You finally learned how to be delicate. Lotus's fingers began to move again, and in a few seconds she was back up to speed. As she typed more letters and symbols, excuse me, more letters and symbols that meant nothing to Junpei began to pour across the screen. What are you doing now? I'm going to try and brute force it. Brute force it. Brute what? A brute force attack is, well, the short version is that I just attack the thing head on. The long version, without looking up or slowing down, she began to explain. A brute force attack is one of the simplest ways to break a cipher, she told him. It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For a complex cipher, it can take a very long time. The thought of doing something like that made Junpei feel tired, but Lotus explained that she was writing a program that would run just such an attack on its own. It's not the most elegant solution, certainly, but given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do. Even as she talked, her fingers never slowed or missed a key. She's pretty good. Junpei couldn't help but feel a little awed. Oh, but back to what we were talking about earlier. What were we talking about? The wireless display. It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it? My throat. Okay. How do I put it? Well, let's say you write a program that calculates an addition problem for you. All right? So you enter 1 plus 1. The screen will show you 2. See, isn't that strange? No, not really. Oh, come on now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You said so just a minute ago. You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 plus 1? The main computer, right? You said it's connected to the monitor wirelessly. Oops, excuse me. Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right? They'd probably think that this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating. And once they've decided that, they'll start examining this monitor. They might poke the screen or something. Ah, I see. The color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. Ah, I see. So this wire supplies power. Eventually, they might even cut the wires. Ah, yes, just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations. I know where you're going with this. But the truth is that just like you said, the computer is doing the calculating. But these cave people wouldn't know that. Excuse me, gosh, this coughing. Because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected wirelessly. Lotus continued to type. Junpei scratched his head. So, what are you trying to say? Nothing, really. It's just, I thought maybe, what if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that? Here we go. Huh? Well, let's just say you stick a bunch of electrodes into parts of the brain. A scientist examining the signals they send out might say, "Oh, come on, excuse me." It is so hard to record when you're sleepy. But this is the only time I have to do it, so. Interesting. So stimulating this part of the brain causes this person to see colors. That must mean this neuron cluster controls that function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out this part. Ah, just what I thought. Cutting off this part causes that function to cease. Therefore, human thought processes must occur in the human brain. You get it? It's just like this monitor. Maybe the brain is just an output device like this monitor. Maybe our thought processes actually occur somewhere else, in a main body. We just don't know it. We never even think about it. Just like those cave people wouldn't know about wireless communications. We can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains, where we experience that information as thoughts. Junpei didn't say anything. Not so much because he had no retort. More like he's like, what the heck? No, her argument just seemed silly, and he was a little surprised to be hearing something like it from someone like her. The brain is just an output device? Human thought actually occurs somewhere else? Did Lotus really think that, he wondered? It was a little creepy, Junpei thought. It sounded altogether too much like a bizarre cultish religion. Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia. Oblivious to Junpei's increasing discomfort, Lotus continued. If memory is actually stored somewhere else in some sort of main body somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all. He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged. Interesting. I suppose that would explain aphasias and blind sight too. Perhaps they actually can speak or see. Man, I haven't seen that word aphasia in a really long time. The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people with prosopagnosia? Prosopagnosia, okay. I've never even seen that in my medical classes, so that's weird. Prosopagnosia. I'm actually going to look that up after this. I'm just really curious to see, is it something that really exists? Could be suffering from the same thing. Oh, wait a minute. What? He knew what aphasia was from watching medical dramas on TV, and blindsight was easy enough to guess, but he'd never heard the word prosopagnosia before. What? Oh, she's actually looking at him. What, you've never heard of prosopagnosia? I haven't. Lotus spun around in her chair to look at him. Junpei just shrugged and shook his head. Nope. What is it? Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between... Oh, come on! I'm so sorry. This is awful. I feel so rude when I do that. The mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours. So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually they can make do by associating people with other things, their voices, their clothes, their hair. Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks? No, no, I don't think so. You've seen monkeys like in a zoo, right? To you and me, all the monkey faces look the same, even though they've obviously got faces. It's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them. The zoo staff that works with them would learn to identify different monkeys eventually, but you or I couldn't unless one had a scar or something else to set it apart. That's how people would be to someone with prosopagnosia. Oh, how many times do you guys have to say this word? Prosopagnosia, huh? Didn't even know that kind of thing existed. Junpei did his best to act as though the entire lecture hadn't gone entirely over his head. And, what were we talking about? The idea that your brain is just an output device like a monitor. How much longer? Come on, woman. Are you serious about that stuff? Not really. I was just kidding for about half of it. What about the other half? Well, I guess I was just adulting. That's a term that Pharaoh uses. Not funny. Lotus's smile had something rather masochistic to it. It's nothing more than a story I made up out of boredom. Don't take it seriously. It was the first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But it looks like I don't need to talk anymore. Why? I don't have to kill time any longer. As she spoke, Lotus raised her right arm high and brought it down on the enter key to be extra dramatic. So we're going to leave this episode right here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. And until next time, have a nice day. Bye.